Before this starts, if you have never seen Barry Sanders highlights, click off the video right now and go look up Barry Sanders highlights. That you will be dumbfounded by the plays this man made in his NFL career. What's going on, you big beautiful bastards? If you couldn't tell by the start of the video, we're doing Barry Sanders' career resimulation. He is our first non-quarterback, and hopefully this time his career doesn't get ruined by the Detroit Lions. Realistically, are his stats inflated? Yeah, he's an 83 overall. He's got 92 speed, 90 excel, 90 agility. He's got like a 90 juke move. I gave him 89, 85 spin move, but he doesn't have high trucking or stiff arm stats. He has high break tackle. He was a 3rd overall pick in a draft. I'm stacking him up so that he does go higher in the draft. That's just how it goes. He's Barry fucking Sanders. We're on the Houston Texans because they, as always, have the #1 pick in the draft. It's just guaranteed in a Madden franchise. If you go through the 2022 season, the Texans almost always have the 1st overall pick. Crossing my fingers here that Barry Sanders doesn't end up a Lion. No, not the Lions, please. Please. Oh, thank you. They took Joey Porter Jr. Eagles? Eagles take Bijan? You took Bijan before you took Barry? Don't tell me he went somewhere in there, all because I looked at that. I just wanted to look if he was still on the board, and then the moment you exit this, it simulates to that I needed to pause the draft. Damn it. So Barry went somewhere. I don't know where. He went somewhere in the last 32 picks of the 1st round. So let's go see where the hell Barry Sanders ended up. Barry Sanders is a Baltimore Raven. That's gonna be nasty with Lamar. And Barry Sanders is the starting running back on this team. That works perfectly. He's above J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. In Madden, they didn't sign OBJ, but don't worry. Lamar and Mark Andrews, along with Barry Sanders in the backfield, this team would be crazy running the ball. The thing, too, with these non-quarterback sims, these careers are going to be a lot shorter. Quarterbacks will play 19, 20 seasons in Madden, whereas receivers and running backs could retire after, say, 12, 13. Tell me they won the North. They didn't even make the playoffs. Lamar, worst passing offense in the league, 32nd ranked, but #1 rushing offense, which means Barry had to have been pretty good, but also Lamar runs the ball quite a bit. Lamar, what are you doing? And Lamar was the leading rusher, though. Where's Barry? Barry's right under him. I guess that's okay. He had almost 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. I don't know if that's going to be enough for Offensive Rookie of the Year, but we'll check. Barry Sanders is Offensive Rookie of the Year, and as you can see, he's also up to an 87 overall. He won Offensive Rookie of the Year in real life, but that was in 1989, I think, was the year he was drafted. This took a turn real quick. It took Lamar 1 season to leave, and now Jimmy Garoppolo's the starting quarterback. Barry's up to an 88. He has his X Factor unlocked. Andrews lost his, and they didn't get any new receivers other than Chosen Anderson, because he changed his name from Robbie. Maybe that handsome man Jimmy G can take us to the playoffs. So they got a little worse. They went 7-10, kind of expected that. You did just lose Lamar Jackson, you know, a top 10 quarterback in the NFL, and you changed to Jimmy G, but they still the #2 rushing offense. Yeah, Jimmy, you're fucking good looking, but you're not good. Get out of here. Look at Barry. Almost 1,600 yards and 17 touchdowns. Wow, I can't count. Lamar went to Atlanta and was 5th in MVP voting. Of course, Barry's not up here because running backs don't win MVP in Madden. He was 7th in Offensive Player of the Year voting, so no awards this year unless he got Best Running Back, which he didn't. He was 3rd behind Mixon and Josh Jacobs. Not off to a great start here after 3 years, but you know, it's Barry Sanders. He's used to being disappointed by the team around him. In his 3rd season, the team is still deciding to rock with Jimmy G at a 69 overall when they signed Hendon Hooker. Put Hendon Hooker in. Just get rid of Jimmy G. Barry's also up to a 93. Duvernay's still here. They lost Rashad Bateman, and Andrews is a 99, and Chosen Anderson is still here. Something tells me unless Barry puts up like 2,000 yards and 20 touchdowns, this team is still missing the playoffs. So the entire AFC North is still mid. The rushing offense went down to 10th. The passing offense was 31st, but I don't know what you expect from a 69 overall Jimmy G. Yeah, he's not good. Barry had almost 1,300 yards and 9 touchdowns, so probably the worst season of his career. He didn't win any awards that season, didn't get Best Running Back, didn't get Offensive Player of the Year, but I said worst season of his career, which yes it is, but those are still pretty good numbers for a running back, honestly. Touchdowns could have been a little higher, but still a good season all around. So they basically go from one mid quarterback to another to now Sam Darnold's the starter. Chosen's gone, Devin Duvernay's still here. this McKnight guy is now the second receiver. Mark Andrews is still here, and Barry's up to a 96. I think it's going to be fun doing the running backs and receivers and stuff and doing like other positions, because eventually I want to get into defense, but doing those guys switch teams a lot more often in Madden than quarterbacks do. Quarterbacks basically stick with one team once you're good, whereas these guys will switch around, hop teams. Like Barry could leave after this year if this is the end of his rookie contract. They're back to 8-9. The passing offense is the detriment to this team. They're the last ranked in the league again, and the rushing offense is second. So Barry's trying his ass off, whereas every other aspect of offense is letting him down. That is exactly why. They're trying to run the Lamar Jackson offense with Sam Darnold at quarterback, and Barry had 1,550 yards, 16 touchdowns. He was 10th in Offensive Player of the Year voting, so that's at least something. Best running back, again, he's third. He's a 99 overall now, though. So the team must have picked up his fifth-year option. Barry's still here going into year 5. Sam Darnold's still the starting quarterback. Jordan Love is his backup. Devin Duvernay left. Mark Andrews is still here, just suffering along the way. Poor Barry, man. He's trying. But maybe it's a Barry Sanders thing. Maybe wherever he gets drafted, it's cursed. They finally made the playoffs. They finally went positive, actually. They went 9-8. Sam Darnold's still the quarterback. How did we get here? Barry ran for 1,650 yards and 10 touchdowns. For some reason, Darnold ran for 603, because that makes sense. He's not even in the voting for Offensive Player of the Year. How about Best Running Back, maybe? No, he is not even in the top 5. He's 7. So here we go. This is our first opportunity to actually see him play. Hopefully the game's close. I don't know if it will be, though, because this team probably shouldn't even be in the playoffs with the quarterback they have. And they're down 15, probably in a very heavy passing situation. If they can score here, I'll jump in on the last drive. Actually, I'll jump in here. Let's see if Barry can run it in from a couple yards out. Something tells me they're going to actually throw the ball, though, not even give it to him, but I see him standing back there. Give him the ball. They give him the ball. Go, Barry. There is a hole, man. What are you doing? They got to go for this, though. Like, you have no other options. So Sam's, again, in the shotgun. Barry to his right. You throw the ball to Barry. Throw it to him, and he's blocking for some reason. Throw it to him. He's right there. What are you doing? Oh, Barry! He almost tipped it right to him. That's game. Mahomes ends the playoff run before it even really got started. So Barry in his first playoff game was kind of shut down. 17 carries for 61 yards and a touchdown. Not a great game out of him. 2 broken tackles, blah, blah, blah. No fumbles, at least. So he's got a chance to leave this season, technically, because his 5th-year option should be up on his rookie deal. I doubt it happens, though, because the Ravens have nobody good in this, so obviously they're not spending any money, so they might as well throw the bag at their best player. And he didn't leave. He re-signed. He's probably not the highest paid running back in the league, though. Let's see. Stats and contracts. 4-year, $38 million deal as a running back. Yeah, 12, almost $14.5 million in the 4th year. I think that would be the highest paid running back in the league, because I think the highest is 13.5 right now. I almost forgot to look at the lineup. So we have Philip Backus here. I think that's an auto-generated guy. We lost Chosen Anderson and Duvernay, so now we have this dude and Knight. Whatever, I think his name was McKnight. He's gone too. So I couldn't get my wish. Still the worst ranked passing offense. They go 6-11, have their worst season by far. Barry still had the rushing offense as the #1 in the league. And you can see right there, oh my God, those numbers are crazy. Barry Sanders puts up 1,700 yards, 21 touchdowns. That's gotta be Offensive Player of the Year worthy. He didn't. No shot he doesn't win offense. He has 21 touchdowns. So year 7, we're still a 99. Philip Backus got a little better. Going into year 7, Backus is up to a 79. Andrews is still here. Barry's still here suffering. Smith and Pope are still here. At least Backus got better. That's all I'm hoping for, is that maybe, just maybe, we don't have the last ranked passing offense, make the playoffs, win a couple games, win a Super Bowl. That's wishful thinking. I don't know how many times we can have the worst passing offense in a row, but it's been a couple now, and I've never seen that happen before. But hey, at least the #1 rushing offense, so the guy we're here for is doing pretty damn good. Oh yeah, 1550 and 15 touchdowns. A lot of 15s going on there, a lot of 5s. I'm changing the offensive scheme. I don't think this guy's meant to be a scrambler yet. He's running for 600 yards. He's a strong arm. Yeah, no, I'm changing the offensive scheme. They went 6-11, by the way. I don't think I ever said that. It was set to West Coast power run, which, no, we're doing vertical zone run. Maybe this will fix the problem. Hopefully it doesn't take away from Barry's stats. It just makes the team get better. Change the offensive scheme, they win the division. Backus has almost 4,000 yards for the first time because the scheme actually fits him. 1,725 yards and 15 touchdowns. One of his best seasons yardage wise. He did have the 21 touchdown season, so that one's not. 2030. 8th year in the league. He wins Offensive Player of the Year. Technically, in this year of his career in real life, he won MVP because he won it the year before he retired. They wound up winning the division, though, so they play the Texans in the first round, but it will be in Baltimore. They're losing by 20 at the 2-minute warning, so I guess, yeah, let's just keep simming through. They turn the ball over on downs, and that's game over. They lose in the wild card round again. We've got to see Barry run the ball once, and I think he'd lost a yard. Bryce Young threw for 418 and 3 touchdowns. What the hell? Barry, though, 13 rushes for 134 and a touchdown. Oh, that's yards after contact. Okay. Longest run was 75 yards. Oh my god, I should jump in more often. This is also going into the last year on his extension where he's set to make 14.8 mil, which I looked it up is actually the third highest contract in the league right now. Backus is up to an 84. Things are starting to turn around a little. Barry's a 99. Receivers are still bad, but Andrews is still here riding it out probably in his last couple seasons in the league. Oh, year 9, they win the division again. Backus is still improving too. He's getting better. That's around the same yards he had last year, but I think 24 touchdowns might be more. Actually, no, I don't think it is. I think he had 26. Barry has 1,661 yards and 27 rushing touchdowns. I think that's an NFL record. 31 is the total touchdowns record I think that LT set, but I think 27 is the most for just rushing. He missed the record by 1. I also didn't realize Priest Holmes had it too. I thought Sean Alexander was the only one with 27. I had no idea about Priest Holmes. I feel like realistically that should have him in the MVP voting, but I don't think it will. It does not. But he is Offensive Player of the Year again, rightfully so. So that's his second one of those. You can't expect the running backs to win MVP in Madden, even though they should. So the Offensive Player of the Year I'm counting as the MVP. He's now won 2 of those. Here's our chance to hopefully actually see him play. They're not getting blown out for the first time. So it's 20-20 with 3 minutes left in the fourth. We're going to jump in. Hopefully they hand the ball off. They don't even have the ball. They turned it over. Never mind. There's just under 2 minutes left. The game is tied 20-20. We're going to jump in. It's 3rd and 9. So obviously not going to be a handoff, but we need a big play out of someone here. Barry underneath and yeah, Backus through. That was a terrible throw to throw on a 3rd and 6. The field goal's good. 2 seconds left. Game's over. Yeah. Backus 244 and a touchdown. I'm curious interception wise. He only threw 1. Okay, what'd Barry do? Barry got shut down. So going into year 10, his contract extension from the last time is up. There's a chance he leaves. He's a 99 though, so I imagine the team gives him a bag to stay again. He didn't leave. He's still a 99 in his 10th season. Phillip Backus is getting better. They now have Parks and Thomas, so both Smith and I can't remember the other one are both gone. It's Pope. It was Pope. Mark Andrews really came back for a 15th season. He's a 79 overall. Can we win something for this man? He is putting the time in. Following the playoff loss, the next year they go 8-9 and miss the playoffs. The Bengals are back up to 11-6 though. Still the worst ranked passing offense and the #1 ranked rushing offense. Backus has his worst season since I changed the scheme, whereas Barry led the league in rushing yards apparently with that, and 11 touchdowns was also, I think, tied for the most in the league. Offensive Player of the Year though is T. Higgins for the Bengals. Barry's not even on the list this season. Yeah, I think the 11 touchdowns sold him. I was really wrong. It wasn't first in the league. It was actually 19th. We're going to check his contract after this, see how long he re-signed for. Probably another 4-year deal, but maybe made him the highest paid running back in the league. So his contract didn't even make him the highest paid running back. His last year, it's 13.1 mil, but he still has high overall interest in re-signing, which doesn't make sense to me. I say that, but it's Barry Sanders. He was loyal to the Lions for as long as he was. Parks is up to an 81, though. Backus is an 88. Thomas is a 77, and Mark Andrews is officially gone, man. They tried to win him one. So that's like 6 out of 11 seasons they've had the 32nd ranked passing offense, even after I changed the scheme. #1 rushing offense again, though, so Barry did good. Barry didn't have over 1,500 yards, but he almost had 20 touchdowns with 19, so still a pretty good season. He's putting up numbers touchdown-wise. No Offensive Player of the Year this year. Garrett Wilson wins it, followed by Jorge Pickens in second. Year 12, he finally hits his first regression. He's down to a 95. Phillip Backus is an 89. Parks is an 83. McKnight is back all of a sudden. They won the division. Oh, thank God. Give Barry an opportunity in his 12th season. Backus, it definitely wasn't because of you. What did Barry do? I mean, Backus had 13 rushing touchdowns. Why? What the hell? Offensive Player of the Year goes to Bryce Young again. I don't even think, yeah, Barry's not even on there. Let's win one. Let's go win a Super Bowl in his 12th season. He's starting to regress. You have to do it now. Down 7, a minute 10 left. They were just down 10. The defense needs to make a stop, and the defense doesn't make a stop. So they still are yet to make it out of the wild card round. Backus threw so hard, 190 and no touchdowns. Barry got stuffed too. He got outrushed by his quarterback. This team doesn't show up in the playoffs. They can put up regular season numbers, but the moment they get to the postseason, they just flop. Year 14, Backus, I think, is peaked at an 89. Parks is gone, and no, Owens was here last year, I think. But now we have Reese. Bush is still here, like I said, the new Mark Andrews, and he's technically down to a 93, so he regressed another 2 overall. So the one last hurrah thing came up, and Philip Backus is saying he thinks this might be it for Barry. So the team gets plus 10 morale, which is good. If this really is it for Barry, let's pop off. Year 12, let's win him a Super Bowl. Per usual, losing the game. 7-point game, 4.5 minutes left on the clock. We're going to jump in. Hopefully Barry gets the ball a little bit and can score here and at least tie it. They're already past the 50. It's 4th and 3. This drive has been very uneventful. He's dropping back to pass. So over the middle, you got to catch that. He does. I think that's the tight end that replaced Mark Andrews. It's 2nd and 9 after a 1-yard QB sneak. They are handing it to Barry. Juke. Oh, he's clean with it, man. Down inside the 20. It's 1st and 10. Backus in the pistol with Barry behind him. Hands it off to Barry up the middle. Good run. He found the hole. Got around a couple guys. 14 rushes for 75 yards. He's kind of showed up here this time. They're under 2 minutes now. He is dropping back to pass. Barry over the middle. He's got it. That's touchdown. Let's go, Barry Sanders with the touchdown to tie the game. Defense let up a field goal. They're down 3 with 30 seconds left. No timeouts. They're running out of clock. Oh my God, this has to be a Hail Mary, and I don't think Backus can throw it 70 yards. It's not a Hail Mary. It's a little pass over the middle, and that's game over with 0 seconds left on the clock. That is GG. They may have lost in the wild card round, but looking at Barry's stats from that past season, 1,400 yards and 20 touchdowns. I don't think he's retiring, but that was his one last hurrah thing, so maybe he is. His best year rushing was in 2030, which would have been his 8th year in the season, where he had 1,725 rushing yards. 2031, which would have been the season after, he ended up with 27 touchdowns, 47 broken tackles. He actually never fumbled the ball in his career. His longest career run was 97 yards, and that was in what year? That was in his 6th season in the league. He had 8 Pro Bowl appearances. He led the league in rushing yards 1 time, 2023 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2030 Offensive Player of the Year, 2031 Offensive Player of the Year, along with the 2030, 2031, and 2033 Best Running Back. Following 13 years of disappointment in Baltimore, Barry Sanders has called it a career. He does make the Hall of Fame following his retirement, along with Kenneth Walker and his quarterback from the beginning, Lamar Jackson. He ends up finishing 2nd all-time in career rushing yards, only behind Jonathan Taylor, who ended his career with the Lions. He also finishes 2nd in touchdowns, only behind, again, Lions' Jonathan Taylor. Saquon's 3 touchdowns behind him, and so is K9. In the end, Barry does end up still retiring kind of early, in my opinion. He has an amazing career, probably would be considered the 2nd best running back of all time behind Lions' Jonathan Taylor. That is going to be it for the video, guys. It was a fun one. I liked the Barry one. We didn't get to see him play as much, but I like watching it from a different perspective other than the quarterback. And the next one I have planned out already too, so that's going to be a good one. It's also not a quarterback. If you guys did enjoy though, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.